Hi everyone, Renee here with Jade Penguin Jewelry. I'm an upcycle reseller of jewelry. I like to make new and interesting items from broken jewelry or lonely earrings. Today what I have for you is a pile of Goodwill jewelry out of a Goodwill blue box. I have a magnet and I have my jewelry loop or my tools today. What I wanted to do was go through a pile of just random jewelry and kind of talk you guys through what I look for when I want to upcycle stuff. So if you're new to reselling or you don't know what you want to put in a lot to resell or for crafts, hopefully this video will help you out. Maybe just from my perspective, it depends on what people do when they recycle and repurpose jewelry. So we have right here on top is this very brightly colored 3-strand necklace. It has a bunch of dyed shell, some faux pearls in pastels, and faceted plastic beads throughout it. It's really cute. I don't see, there's some color chipping. Where are you guys? There you are. Right here on the edge of some of the shells where the dye or the plating has come off. That might be worth reselling. I'll see if I can list it. Probably list it around like 10 bucks or so. It seems to be kind of a short necklace even with the extension chain on it. There's no hallmarks. So it's definitely not silver. Everything kind of sticks to the magnet. So I'll probably list that one and see what it does. If it doesn't sell, I'll probably just use it in a craft lot. Okay, so we have this peace sign bracelet here. It's really light. It's probably aluminum, which isn't magnetic. And it's just kind of on this hair tie type of stretchy thing. I don't really like reselling fibers, so I'll probably disassemble this for the charm and the 4 beads on it and just toss this because you don't know where it's been and it's kind of gross. Next we have, you can get kind of a good look at those. They're 2 flowers with rhinestone flowers in the middle. I don't see any marks on the back. These would make some really cute earrings that would be super quick to do. Pretty much all you would need is to pick a corner and get some earring wires on them and get rid of the little jump rings. So those would be good for upcycling. Next we have just a really gross little piece of leather. It's super magnetic. It has just a little heart-shaped thing at the end. There's no mark on it. It's pretty grody. Somebody wore this a lot when they had it. So I'm probably just going to toss that. There's no point in keeping even the findings on it because it looks like it's probably going to give out. We have this. It's a really light plastic. They're warm. It's really light, so, and they're not, oh, there we go, we just broke it. Whoops. So I was giving it a little bit of a tug because, and I hope you guys, there you are, maybe? Ah, I can't find you. There you are. Okay, these are molded onto the string. So I can't recover these beads or really do anything with these. They're kind of like a step up from Mardi Gras beads. So those might either get tossed or just set aside for a different project if I decide figure out one for these type of beads. When I shop, whether it's in a thrift store or online lots, I try to avoid lots that have anything that looks like Mardi Gras beads just because it's just somebody getting rid of their stuff at that point. And I haven't found a good way to repurpose beads that are molded to strings yet that I'm happy with. So these will probably get tossed or just set aside in a box for who knows how long until I can think of something to do with them. I'm just not impressed with molded plastic beads on string because it's really hard to give them a second life after that. Okay, we got a little snag going. Alright, so we got another 3-strand. These are some really pretty blues. These are all plastic. They are... Ooh, why can't I find you guys tonight? Here we go. They are faceted and smooth round. It doesn't look like they're chipping any colors off of each other. I might resell that. That's a fun, bright, summery color. Nope, not silver. Clasp is good, so I don't have to replace it. Yeah, I'll probably resell that. Oh, we got this big guy right here. Okay. He's super sparkly, but he's also kind of really gross. So we have these spacer beads, which it looks like somebody just hot glued rhinestones into, because you can just, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll get a little bit closer. There we are. There's just glue, big gobs of it right there. If I can get it free of the glue, I might be able to use the rhinestones in something else. Those are super sparkly. But it just kind of looks like this is all glued together and kind of wired. So I might be able to salvage some parts off of this. Like this has a big, you can just see all the glue down in there. Just a lot of glue everywhere. Ooh. Just like that. Alright. Yeah, see, it's all just, somebody took the time to put eye pins and everything, but then they just glued it all on after they got all the holes on. Okay. I don't know, that's weird. Yeah, I'll be able to get the beads out of it because it looks like the glue's really not holding. So this will just go into parts for whatever I can salvage out of it. And the ribbon will probably get tossed. So we'll put that over here to the side. Alright, so what is this? We have probably a lonely earring. I'm really good at getting lonely earrings. It's marked KC on the back. It's a gold tone with a light, lovely little, I think it's probably shell, light pink shell. It's not magnetic, but it's also not marked anything like sterling or 10K or 14. So I can probably make a pendant. That would be a really easy thing to do with a single earring. Make a pendant, get some jump rings, and put it around here and have some similar colors of pink stones hanging off of it, and it would be a really cute pendant. Because there's no way, yeah, it's soldered here and it's whole here, so in order to get it apart I'd probably have to break it more, and I don't really want to do that because it's a pretty good piece for a lonely earring. So that would be upcycled. Let's see. We got a bit of a tangle here. Alright, we have silver tone necklace. I don't see any markings on the clasp or that lovely little bead that they put, or a spacer that they put right here usually to tell you it's sterling. And we have an R on the back of a football, NDSU, and another football. The whole thing's magnetic. I'm not familiar with that. I'm assuming it's a school. North Dakota State University, probably. Maybe not. I'll probably clean this up and list it. So it's a pretty good. I don't see any damage anywhere on it other than it's just dirty. The spring is still good in the clasp, so yeah, I'll list that. That's fine. Let's see. Oh, we had this. This is broken. The chain just kind of ends. There's no hoop or anything for this to clip onto. And there's no markings. And it's magnetic. So that will go for scrap. I'll use that for upcycling when I need a little bit of chain. Alright, so this looks like, oh nope, it's just broken. Okay, I thought it was one of the glass chains where it has the little rubber footies on it. But the clasp is right here. No mark. Definitely magnetic. I didn't get the magnet that close and it jumped up there. This is a lot of fun little elements that can be repurposed. These are plastic. I think all the beads are plastic except for these little metal guys. And it would be really easy to repair. These two things just came apart right here, so I bet if I even just loop it back together. Yeah, see? Grab my handy dandy pliers. There we go. Oh no, the magnet got it. Okay. So, it's a cute necklace, but I really like it just as the parts. So I might keep it for upcycling. Just because it has so many good little elements. Okay. Here we have a clip-on earring. Really pretty faux, I want to say like fake tourmaline stones. They're kind of cold. They might be glass, these big ones, but the rest is definitely plastic. So it's just a clip-on. Definitely vintage. It's missing pieces. So if I can get the rhinestones out without damaging, I can set them aside and maybe repair something with them later or use them in something. But those stones are kind of pretty. I like that. Too bad it was broken. Okay. And we have this mega bracelet. It has no maker's mark. And it's missing the second half of the clasp. And it's missing, there it is, it's missing a stone. This is a toss-up. I might be able to use some of these pieces if I can get the links apart. And maybe put different spacers or something and make it into a bracelet again. That's a tough one. These heavier metal pieces, I don't solder yet. So the heavier metal pieces are a little bit difficult for me not to completely break and put back together. So I'll have to think about that. That might just be in the stash for a while until I either need parts or come up with a good idea for it. But that's definitely a good thing to get in. Okay, we have, do with you next. We have this big black beaded necklace again, and these slide. You can see I can move them down the string and move them back and forth. So that's what I was trying to do with the first necklace, and I ended up just popping it apart. So let's see what we have here. Oh, it has a tag. Oh, hey, 928 or 1928. All right. It has a little barrel clasp on it. That looks pretty good. Doesn't have any verdigris or hair stuck into it, so that's nice. You don't get bonus hair and stuff. Yeah, that's very classic. I'll probably try to sell that, see what I get for it. Alright, this guy was next. Almost cut in line. Alright. No marks. Just a length of chain. Let's see, super magnetic. So yeah, that's good for repurposing. If I need lengths of chain for various things, or if I want to add beads to necklace. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is a bit stretchy. These are all wooden. There's one single bead there. These might be a type of rosary or some prayer beads. I'm not really knowledgeable on religious jewelry if it's not like clearly marked on what it is. So if you know, just leave a comment below. Let me know what this could possibly be. I'm going to try to sell it once I research it a little bit more. If I can help it, I don't like to take apart religious jewelry just because it's kind of like a respect thing. Even though if it got to me, it meant that the previous owner is done with it, but it still feels like somebody else might appreciate it more if I leave it be. But I do try, if I can, I'll try to repurpose it, a religious item if it's super broken. But other than that, I try to leave them when they're in nice condition like this. So I'll research it and see what I can sell that for, move it on down the line to somebody who needs it. Alright, another lonely earring. This is a nice glass bead right here. And these two are plastic. So I might definitely take this apart and separate the beads out. That's a really nice glass bead that if I can find red of the same tone, it'd make for a really nice, like, asymmetric necklace or a bookmark even. I like to make bookmarks out of some lonely, really pretty beads, which are in my Etsy shop if you want to take a look and see what those are like. Alright. Now that's pretty. That's plastic right there. If I had a glass bead, that would be amazing to change that out with. It doesn't look like the hinges are damaged at all. It looks like it just might need a new chain and it would be good to go. Look. There's a bit of chain right there. So that'd be an easy fix and I can sell it. It's a very pretty piece. I want to say it's fairly new just because of the back. Everything looks glued in. Yeah, it's a very modern piece. It doesn't scream vintage at all. Alright, I'm gonna move that over. This, what is this? What do we have? It's a weird chain. Some howlite or jade, or not jade, but jasper beads at the end. Interesting. I'll definitely repurpose that. Okay, now we have this chain. It just looks like a gunmetal chain, yeah. Just a gunmetal colored chain, which would be good for repurposing. Ooh, that's a pop of color. It's really pretty. That's an enamel. There's no marking. Again, that would be like a really easy pendant. Get a jump ring there, put it on a cord or even just a thin chain. You really wouldn't need to do anything else unless you wanted to do satellite beads of red and silver. yeah, that's pretty. That would make a really easy pendant. Oh, we have a little chandelier piece. These used to be able to get in packs at, I think, Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I can't remember, but I remember seeing them in packs. So that's just a bonus finding. Alright, so we have single strand pink necklace, glass beads. They're colder, make a better noise. And we have a tag this time. Let's see who. Leah Sophia. Alright, that's a pretty good brand. The wires don't look like they're gonna pop out or are being stripped. Alright, yeah, so that's worth reselling. That's pretty. It's weird that they didn't. Wonder why they did it like that. You can see right through here that this wire doesn't go through the bead, but that wire does, and then okay. Yeah, that's worth reselling. We'll resell that. Okay. Ooh, it feels dirty. Alright, so this is, ooh, really big necklace. It's got some kinks in it though. Shoot, dang. Okay, well, no, it's not too bad. Oh, that's super long though. Alright, like the first necklace, these are dyed shell parts. They don't look like they're chipping the color away though, like the first one did, so they're in a little bit better shape. These silver beads though, they're losing their plating a little bit. I might try to clean it up, and if it doesn't clean up well, I'll probably take it apart. I don't see... Yep, I don't see anything on here. Super magnetic. So if I was to take this apart, like say it was snapped somewhere, it's really hard to repair this really fine chain. So in order to salvage all the parts on it, I would have to sit here and crimp open every one of these crimps and slide all the beads off. And then I would have the beads and the chain separate to use. Which, there's a really cute thing to do with this thin chain if you can get it apart and it's not completely destroyed by, ooh, that one has a really bad kink in it. Ooh, that probably is why it was in the Goodwill box. So I'll show you this right here. This is a little bit thicker chain, but I just put a different set of beads on, and now it's just one really long, well, I have two, the other one's off camera, but it's just a nice long earring. Whoops. So this one, if I can't get it clean and I can't get that kink out, it might actually end up being for scrap. Okay. Oh, we're running a little long. Alright. So, I'll hurry this up. These are seeds with seed beads in the middle. Some of the seeds have nearly come off of this. I probably won't repurpose this into anything. I'll probably just end up tossing it because it's gross. At this point, somebody wore it a lot. Same with a strip of velvet. It's kind of gross. I tend to avoid fibers. It's a piece of ceramic on a string. That will probably get tossed. That's just string. These are some more seeds, but these ones are in a little bit better shape. It's very 70s in color, so I'll try to sell it as is. I don't know how well seeds go. Oh no, that one's coming apart. Okay, that's trash too. Alright. So this one is gross. The thread that's in between the wires is really dirty. So I'll probably end up taking this apart and seeing what I can get to redo into something else. It's difficult with these big, oh yeah, see it's broken right there too. It's difficult with these pieces because when they break, you can kind of see it right here, there's nothing to really attach it to anything else on unless you glue it or solder it, or if you get a loop you can put jump rings on it and get it to attach to something else. So these newer pieces where everything's pretty much molded into one piece, it's hard to upcycle, at least for me anyways. But the chain and stuff I can take apart and redo, that's not a problem. That just says Ronnie, a piece of ribbon. It's a laser cut little aluminum thing. There's probably nothing I can do with that. This is a new Gymboree necklace, but it's dirty. It has ink all over it. I think it was in a pocket with somebody's pin. And the beads are really cheap plastic, so that's relatively clean, and it has the tag on it. Yeah, might resell that. Okay, these are really heavy pearls, and they're really dirty. These are fake pearls. There's chipping on the color, so I'll probably take this necklace apart and have the beads in a little container for a future project. Again, I'll probably cut the metal links through on this and just get rid of all this fiber and save the links for a different project. Okay. Ooh, that's a fun shell one. And it looks really clean, so I might try to resell it. I think I had something like this in the 8th grade. Usually you can tell that they've been really worn, because these white beads, or shells, sorry, these white shell beads would be really kind of dirty. But this one looks to be in good shape. This doesn't really have, yeah, this doesn't have a tag or a name or anything on it. There's a name inside the watch, but I can't read it because one of the watch hands is in the way. So I'll have to look at and see if it just needs a battery and I can resell it the way it is on the chain. If not, I got a pretty good little chain and a cute heart. Okay. This is a stretch bracelet with plastic beads on it. The stretch is pretty much, it's gonna go anytime now. So I'll probably just cut it apart and save the beads for a project later down the road. Alright, so this one looks good. It's icing. It's a little shorty necklace. It's got some serious curve to it. I may list that, I may use it. These pieces, as I was saying before, I'll see if I can show it to you guys if we'll focus, is that these are all kind of formed and molded into one piece. So if some of this, if it was to break, it'd be really hard to reuse. But I have done it. Okay. These earrings are Chico earrings, so I'll sell those. It looks like they have the rhinestones in the center, but that one might be dead. It's not quite as shiny as the others. And I don't know know what this is. It's a little rubber shark on a rubber cord. I probably won't use this, probably to see if my niece wants it. And that's just a bit of extra something. So I'll put that for repurposing. And the last thing we have in this grab bag is a Patty Anderson necklace. So it doesn't look damaged. So I'll probably clean it up and prep this for reselling. So overall, this was a pretty good lot. I was disappointed in these beads because they were stuck to the plastic, or just stuck to the string. That's not something I ever enjoy getting. But there's overall a lot of really good usable pieces that once disassembled or stored, I'll be able to use again in future projects. So if you have any questions or want to see an upcycling done on any of these pieces that you saw here today, just leave a comment below and let me know. Thanks.